It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. And the pregame warm-ups wrapping up out there in Cleveland, where it'll be the Cavaliers against the Golden State Warriors. Well, for the Warriors, the talk has been that
tell them sit down, be humble, 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 sit down.
It's the home of the Cavaliers here in Cleveland, Ohio, as we bring you an interconference match here at the Quicken Loans Arena. Hi, everyone. We're happy to have you with us for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hello, everyone. With Chris Webber and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. We'll be hearing from our Hall of Famer on the sideline, David Aldridge. And nothing tips off a broadcast like getting the lowdown from the sidelines. And we've got David Aldridge there for that. David, good evening.
Well, Kevin, LeBron James does not mind being a vocal leader. He said conflict was just part of the game for me growing up. I played outdoors, and if you didn't win, you might not play again for the rest of the day. Now I'm the leader of this team, and I expect nothing less than greatness out of all of us. I'm going to hold everyone accountable, including myself. Kevin?
And that's so great to hear, D.A. LeBron is a proven leader and champion, as we all know, expects to contend for a championship every year. An East versus West matchup here, but more than a little familiarity between these two teams, Chris.
Yeah, they don't see each other that much in the regular season, but when they do, these two teams draw plenty of attention.
So Golden State will get the first possession. And now the Golden State Warriors starters. Lethal shooting pair of Clay and KD out on the perimeter. Inside, we've got Draymond at the 4 and Pachulia to his side. And it's Livingston in at the 1. Now, here's Livingston. 6 on the shot clock. Thompson with the rebound. Here's Thomas. He dishes it to James. And he slams it down right on top of Kevin Durant.
And there's no question that James is one of the best dunkers ever. A forceful finisher who loves showing off his athleticism.
And that was Under Armour bringing you that replay. Unleash chaos. And what a play it was. And so it's the Cavaliers getting on the board first. Left side Durant. Over Thompson. The offensive rebound. Livingston dishes to Thompson. And stolen by LeBron. Thomas, it's a wide open look. And a miss there on the triple. On defense, Cleveland. And Thompson kicks to Durant. And again, no good by Golden State. And here are the Cavaliers. James in the post, defended by Durant.
Love watching James show off his muscle. No one getting in his way. The D can't stop him.
You know, Chris, LeBron took a lot of heat going to Miami, but when he played with the Heat, he said he learned a lot how to win there. And certainly the results show with 2 championships and 4 NBA Finals.
The fans in Cleveland, they should be happy that he left, learned how to win there in Miami under a great leader like a Pat Riley, and came back and brought that knowledge to Cleveland and won their first championship. I'm sure all is forgiven now.
Here's Thompson. And so just over a minute and a half played. Here's the screen. He kicks it to Livingston. Pachulia with the screen on Thomas. Off the pick. And Pachulia with the lay-in. Good.
Oh, luckily for them, they got one to go there now. 1 for 4 to begin this one.
James against Durant. The screen from Thompson. James kicks to Thompson. The three from Thomas. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thomas got himself on the board with 3 there.
Well, the three-pointer has always been a big part of Thomas's arsenal. I mean, the quick release, able to hit on the move.
Picked by Pachulia for 3, Durant. It's good, he scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
Okay, we got a nice little back and forth going here.
And I love it, Greg. Both sides inflicting damage from the perimeter. We'll see how the defense is adjusting.
Now here's Wade. And Durant sends it back.
But Durant has arms that just keep on going and going and going. You aren't going to be able to just get a shot by him.
They grab their own miss. Out to Wade. Dishes it to James. Here's Love. A shot, no good. Great tee that time from Green. Durant against James. Durant, the pass to Livingston. Back to Durant. He feeds it to Pachulia. Golden State moving the ball around. 5 to shoot. Launches it. It doesn't go either for Durant.
Well, not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Thomas kicks to Wade. Cavaliers working now with a fresh shot clock. He tries for 3. Drills it from outside. Wade's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
You gotta like seeing Wade knock in these looks. It enjoys making the D feel absolutely helpless.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Look, if you let Sean Livingston get to the free throw line and in, I mean, you might as well just be a layup. He has become lights out with that nice turnaround jumper from that range. Hand in his face, doesn't matter.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And the first one at the line is good. And Livingston is incredibly lethal from that mid-range spot. He's perfected it, especially, Chris, since he likes to drag the smaller guards down to that range.
Oh, yeah. Livingston knows where his spots are on the floor, and he goes right to them. It's a big reason why his shooting percentage is high for a point guard. He's just a very smart player who knows how to make the most of his game.
Now here's LeBron. He has 5. 1:57 left to play in the first quarter. Cook kicks it to West. Picked by West. Knocked away. Stolen by Thompson. LeBron drives in. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. And that's now 7 points for LeBron.
Gotta admire the focus. James not allowing the D to get the better of him.
Here's Livingston. And no good that time. So Cleveland will take it the other way. LeBron kicks to Thomas. James sets the screen for Thomas. Pass to Love. Now the feed to Wade. Cleveland the rebound. Here's Thompson, and he lays it straight in.
Look, Thompson's getting after it. A highly skilled offensive rebounder who crashes with power.
Warriors trail by 8. Iguodala outside and out of bounds. The Cavaliers will take it.
Cheap turnover. You got to make sure your target's ready for the pass before you let it go.
Nick Young's checked in for Golden State. Patrick McCaw comes in for Sean Livingston. Young against LeBron. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Young with the ball. Now Thomas defending. Knocks it loose. Picked by West. Cook dishes to Iguodala. Hits it from three-point range. Iguodala's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And here's Love from the arc. Good defensive work there by Young. Here's Here's McCall. Wade is covering. McCall kicks to Cook. Pick by West. Young for three. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in.
Oh, James is a tough defender. He uses his body well. He stays with this man and makes life difficult on him.
And that does it for the first quarter. Cavaliers on top. They lead by 5. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Quicken Loans Arena. And we got a chance to hear from LeBron James about the hard work and preparation he brings into every game.
Go back and I'm able to, read the scouting report, and also when I get to the arena, I also watch more film on each and every guy that's going to be playing, guys that I know I may be, matched up against, throughout the night. So I'm not surprised by anything if it happens throughout the game. So it's a lot of preparation that goes in, to just one game, just trying to get one win, but that's what it takes to win good.
I think you'd have to say the preparation really shows on the court in his play, and rarely does he look surprised out there or caught off guard.
And Kevin, that's really just the mark of a total pro. And I don't think oftentimes the fans appreciate how much goes in terms of preparation. Some guys get it and some guys don't. But he's a perfect example of what proper preparation means in terms of preventing a poor performance.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And taking a look at the Cavaliers' performance here, what do you guys see?
Just playing suffocating defense. That's been the difference here for them.
And really, for the whole first quarter, they've maintained their intensity. Let's see how long they can sustain it.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So on the floor for Cleveland, LeBron and Love are the deadly forward pair. Isaiah Thomas out there with Dwayne Wade. And it's Thompson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. First one falls for him.
And for Isaiah Thomas, he shouldn't have too much of an issue fitting in with the Cavs. I mean, he played AAU with Kevin Love. He can distribute and score. Same role as Irving had when he was with the Cavs. And really what it comes down to is great players finding ways to make it work. IT has been getting it done for quite some time. Knows he moved into an incredible opportunity with the Cavs.
And it's Iguodala missing. The Cavaliers leading by 10. LeBron outside. Wade outside. Back to LeBron, over Iguodala. James, no good.
Pretty high percentage look with the D playing off. Just couldn't knock it down.
McCaw, the pass to Cook. Young against James. Oh, went in there and tried to power it down, but through contact, he'll head to the line.
And you know what? Saved what was likely to be a dunk.
And Nick Young loves scoring and lightheartedly jokes about his defense.
Oh, yeah, we always want players to be so serious about the game. There's a flip side to that. A teammate like Young who comes in every day with a smile on his face, it can lighten the mood in the locker room.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Pachulia, he's checked in for West. Durant comes in for Andre Iguodala. And it's Klay Thompson in for McCall. Drains it from beyond the arc.
His score will be very different without his offense. He's been terrific.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
Well, LeBron James can do everything on a basketball court. It's his passing that's always stood out to me. His vision at his size, I mean, historically great.
Warriors trail by 11. Cook dishes to Durant. Thompson outside. Launches a three, and it's Durant, that time on the assist by Thompson. 6 points for Kevin Durant. And you lump in LeBron with Magic Johnson and Larry Bird when you talk about players 6'8", 6'9", who can control a game, Chris, simply with their passing.
Oh, yeah, don't forget about yours truly, but he can pick you apart. He sees over the top of defenses, and he throws bullet passes that leave the defense no time to recover.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Guys, Kevin Durant is a unique player. LeBron James said he's a 7-footer with 6-foot ball handling skills, jump shot, and athleticism. It's never been done in our league. Never had a guy that's 7 foot and can do all that, so it sets him apart. Kevin, I'm 6 feet tall, and I can broadcast.
You can, and you can write, and by the way, you're in the Hall of Fame. D.A., thank you. Now LeBron, following Durant's three-point attempt. Outside Thomas. On the money from 12 feet away. And now an 11-point Cavalier lead.
From deep and close and everywhere in between. Thomas, an offensive energizer.
Cook kicks to Durant. Picked by Pachulia. From deep. And Kevin Durant, good for three. Durant's got a pair of triples in the second now for the Warriors. Young against James. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. And they double up James. Love wide open. He fires. Offensive rebound. Thomas kicks to James. No good with the triple.
Well, in just a few years, it's safe to say Steve Kerr is one of the most respected coaches in the NBA. And look, he's not an easy man to defend. He'll get his points one way or another.
Now here's James. 10 points for him. It's Thomas outside. Looks good, is good. Bucket number 4 from the field. He's taken only 6 shots.
Well, he struggled out of the gate, but now he's really cooking in the second quarter.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. And Chris, I know you started doing a podcast, Fearless or Insane, with Chris Webber, an opportunity to have some meaningful conversations. What's that been like?
Oh, it's been great, Kevin. I've gotten a chance to talk to some friends, some mentors like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I've gotten to speak to him about what it was like playing for Wooden, what it was like coming up in the crazy 60s in that time. And, you know, he's such a thoughtful and a great individual. So to hear his stories about he and Muhammad Ali, he and Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, all these great figures is just wonderful. I also got to speak to track legends John Carlos and Tommy Smith, who in the 1968 Olympics, we've seen them kind of protest when they put their fist up in defiance and kind of put their voice out for the voiceless. And I got to talk to them about how tough of a moment that was. Did they know the sacrifice that they were making? What happened, the backlash to what happened? And then all these years later, do they feel kind of vindicated that we're showing them so much love and people around the world appreciate what they've done? So we try to just discuss fearless or insane. You know, they say insane is doing the same thing over, expecting a different result, where these guys put their lives on the line.
Yes.
And they kind of knew that it necessarily wouldn't change the arc of justice, but they felt that they had to do it. And so it's just some cool conversations with people and athletes that were much more than an athlete. And I've learned a lot, and it's been a cool podcast.
Warriors trail by 13. Livingston kicks to Durant, and the shot goes in. Durant's got 13.
Oh, it just isn't his outside game you have to worry about with Durant. When he gets it in close, he rarely fails to convert.
Here's James. Wade kicks to Love. James right side. Lock at 6. Thomas passes to LeBron. Off target from outside.
A frustrating start to this quarter for them.
Durant dishes to Iguodala. The screen from Thompson. Back to Durant for the 3. No good that time.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
The best laid plans, right? Well, I tell you right there, though, that's one they'll take every single time.
Isaiah Thomas, he's feeling it tonight. and has been the driving force for Cleveland. He's been a major threat from three-point range. Got 2 of them to fall in that quarter. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thank you. With Draymond Green, Draymond rebounding a bit of a struggle. How do you improve that?
Hit your man, get 5 guys to the boards. Guards get in there and clean up those boards that's loose, but our big guys got to hold our mans off, and we've been doing that this half.
We'll see if all 5 can get you more boards in that second half, Dre. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K
The
Sports
first half of the
Halftime
books.
Show.
This is Ernie Johnson. This is Shaquille O'Neal. This is Ken Smith. Welcome back.
Ken,
as we break down the action. Isaiah Thomas having an outstanding game. He had 13 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 steal. A solid performance already for him, and he might erupt in the second half if his last game is any indication of what we might see. What do you think, Shaq, about Cleveland?
well, they've been playing with some toughness. It's led to a nice lead for them, not just on the scoreboard, but in the rebounding numbers. And now they need to stay mean, Ernie. You cannot lose that edge in the second half.
And over to Kenny now. How'd you think the Warriors were playing?
They just gave up way too many good looks from the three-point line. That means either you haven't followed the game plan correctly or you're not executing it correctly. Either way, it's wrong. So from the looks of the first half, they need to aggressively close out on shooters to close this gap and the score.
And that will conclude our halftime presentation. We take you back to Kevin Harlan for the second half.
As we return to look at the corner of Euclid and East 6th in downtown Cleveland, just a few blocks from our spot here at Quicken Loans Arena. Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. We're seeing a tremendous game from Isaiah Thomas. Cleveland leading by 11. And on the floor for Steve Kerr as we get into the second half. Offense and defense with Durant and Draymond at the 3 and the 4. Livingston and Thompson are the guards. And it's Pachulia in at the center position.
And with his usual degree of difficulty, I mean, that's an easy one. Thomas able to just catch and release.
And Isaiah Thomas, the 60th and final pick of the 2011 draft. Greg, he definitely plays with a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, I call it the little man syndrome. He's driven to prove himself. I mean, he's overcome the odds. In league history, only 9 players 5'9" or shorter have played 1,000 minutes or more in a season. And he's not just playing, he's playing at the highest level.
The anticipation and the quickness from Thomas, creating havoc at the defensive end.
And that replay brought to us by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. One of the more exciting plays in basketball. Livingston kicks to Thompson. Fades away. Bangs home the trifecta. Thompson's got 6 points.
Oh, simple screen, but there was a defensive mix-up that left the man wide open.
Here's James, and finished off by LeBron.
James is effective at getting near the basket. Always look to dunking it home.
Warriors trail by 18. Now a timeout called by Golden State.
Yeah, and the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Ooh, this is ugly. No question about it. And you wonder if these matchups aren't favoring them right now.
Chris, there have been some great sixth men on the teams that you played with, but right now, who do you feel are some of the best of the bunch coming off the bench and in the NBA right now?
Well, 2 of my rookies, 2 guys I got to play with, Andre Iguodala, I think he's always going to be kind of that perennial top for 6th man of the year. He and another guy that was a rookie with him, and that's Lou Williams. He can just get buckets at any time that he needs to. And you look at a guy like a Patty Mills coming off the bench for the Spurs, and you don't have to necessarily do with volume or with quantity, but it's also your quality of minutes. And I think that Patty Mills is someone that can definitely light it up in a flash. And these 3 guys, anytime you have them coming off the bench for you, you're going to have some firepower. He caught him in stride with the lead pass. Now that was timing.
And after Kevin Durant made his decision to leave the Oklahoma City Thunder, he instantly became one of the most polarizing players, it seemed, Greg, in the NBA.
Listen, Kevin Durant has always been a star in this league, but now he's become the story. It's something that he can handle but doesn't try to seek out. Was able to prove all the naysayers wrong and just having another amazing season.
And he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
Still with enough explosiveness and with great length to finish Sean Livingston.
Wade outside. Makes it off the glass. Wade's got 11 points.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Livingston passes to Green. Pick by West. Off the pick, and Green slams it in.
Man, when Green gets ahead of steam, it's like a comet heading right at
you. In the corner, it's James. Outside for Thomas. Off target from three-point range. Warriors trailed by 15. Durant dishes to Livingston. Back to Durant. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Thompson's got his 7th rebound here tonight. It's LeBron with the drive. Lets it go with the 3. Good for basket number 7 tonight on a not-so-unlucky 13 shots.
He's making shots from that area, and the D is not respecting his range. They better respect it now.
Livingston kicks to Green. Some nice passing by Golden State here. 6 to shoot. West setting the pick for Green. Over Love. The jumper from the free throw line is good.
And that's just another way Green can beat you. He has a reliable mid-range jump shot.
It's Thomas outside. Warriors with the rebound. Here's McCall, using his post move to get the 2 points.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Cleveland leading by 14. And the Cavs over the last few seasons setting records when it comes to three-pointers made.
And really, they did a good job of surrounding LeBron with floor spacers. They doubled down on that when they got Channing Frye. And then when he and Kevin Love play together in the front court, the Cavs can bury you with their long-range shooting.
Timeout called the Warriors. Nice game. Great performance by Isaiah Thomas.
Just killing it from deep. They've got to be all up in his jersey at all times. Give him even an inch, and you're just asking for him to drop another triple on you.
A platoon swap here for Cleveland. Golden State also making some changes. Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for Durant, and Cook subbed in for Sean Livingston.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rose. And some changes here for the Warriors. Pachulia comes in for West, and it's Klay Thompson in for Patrick McCall. Warriors trail by 16. There's 57 seconds left to play in the third. Now here's Rose. He's tightly guarded. Iguodala with the steal. They push it up 4 on 3. And that one is good. Iguodala's got 5 points so far.
And not being as aggressive from the three-point line anymore. They had a lot more attempts in that first half.
And here's Rose outside. Connects from three-point range. And the Cavaliers lead by 17. Here is Cook. He's covered by Rose. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
The Warriors shooting their 6th attempt at the charity stripe in the game.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
Shoots a three, and that one is off. Here is Cook. Again, Golden State. Outside Rose. Off target from three-point range. And so it's Cleveland, enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And a moment ago, inside the huddle with head coach Steve Kerr.
Move it to the next guy, drive and kick, let it come out in the wash, all right?
And Steve Kerr asking his guys to simply run their offense, share the basketball.
Yeah, and don't just settle for tossing it around the horn. Attack the defense. Play inside out when you can.
And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. Kyle Korver is out there with Rose. Then it's Jay Crowder, and there's Green, and it's Fry in at the 5 spot. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. Warriors trail by 12. And the foul on Derrick Rose. That is his first foul of the game. Here is Cook. He's covered by Rose. Stolen by Rose.
Just waiting for a chance to make a play, and when the pass was made, he's all over it. Just a fantastic steal. And you give Rose an angle to the rim. That's exactly what's going to happen. Too quick, too explosive.
Green, the screen. Here is Cook. Picked by Pachulia. Just 5 to shoot. Shot off the screen. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Give him that shot again. He'll probably hit it. That's a good look.
Pass to Korver. Out of bounds. Golden State takes possession.
Yeah, and I think he was surprised to see that pass coming his way and just really reacted too late.
Here is Cook. He's covered by Rose. Thompson from long range. And the Warriors miss again.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And the wide open shot from Crowder. No good from outside.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
And the foul on Derrick Rose. That's foul number 2 for him. Sean Livingston, he's checked in for Cook. Cleveland on defense. They led the game at one point by 20. Passes it to Thompson. Picked by Pachulia. Over in the corner, Green. Down to 5 on the shot clock. It's good on the putback.
Love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those 3-point attempts.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
In the corner, Iguodala with it. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer.
Well, I'll tell you, Draymond, a guy his size, the way he can find an open man, he has a touch of magic to his game.
There's Rose with the 3, and another 3 for Cleveland. Well, we talk so much about what it's like on the floor, Chris, but I wonder what it was like off the floor when you were on the bench watching the team play and what was going through your head and mind. What did you and your teammates talk about as you were on the bench taking a rest and watching the game go on?
It depends on which game. You know, if you're in L.A. and you see, Eddie Murphy and Rihanna walk in, you're going to say, hey, look at Beyonce and Jay over there. Or, if you're watching a great play and you see a guy dunk on your teammate, you're not going to get too excited, but you're going to whisper to your teammate, man, did you see that? That's crazy. Or, you know, you're pumping up guys because they've been working so hard in practice, and it's a guy who's getting his first time to kind of get in and get a good run. So you're cheering him on. And so being on the bench, you know, it's a lot of fun. You have to stay focused and ready to re-enter the game. But part of that job on the bench is to keep the energy of the bench, and that's to keep guys encouraged, to be loose, to have fun. And so it's a lot of fun being on the bench. And more fun when you're winning than losing, but a lot of fun being on the bench encouraging guys.
Warriors trail by 16. Livingston kicks to Iguodala. Six on the shot clock. It's hauled in by Fry. Fry's got 4 rebounds now tonight. There's Rose with the 3. It's rebounded by Golden State. An even 3-on-3 break. And a wide open look for Iguodala. Again, Iguodala missing. The Cavaliers leading by 16. From deep, Rose. There's the triple. Good for basket number 6 from him in the contest. He's shooting 6 for 12.
And they're just living beyond the arc here, really the entire fourth quarter.
And you have to like this. Why? Because it's helping them space the floor, which can create other opportunities.
It's Thompson off the drive over Green. Rebounded by Rose. Cleveland's gotten 8 shots off from three-point land and hit half of them. Puts up a 3. The shot, no good. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way. And here's Iguodala outside. The Cavaliers pull it in. Fry's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Cavaliers.
They found a great rhythm from long range.
Yeah, Kevin, every time they left a man open deep, he'd get a good shot at the basket. Didn't hesitate, and that aggression paid off.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Isaiah Thomas.
Well, the biggest impact he had was with his on-the-ball defense. Such quick hands. His steals added up to a lot of extra possessions.
Korver against Thompson. Lets it go from deep. The kick out to Rose. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
I'll tell you what, the energy in this arena, you can feel it.
Well, a well-earned victory, feeding off the energy of this hometown crowd really all night.
Livingston with it to end the run. Pachulia, great positioning on the putback.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
And they can just let the clock run out here.
Cannot argue with the W.
He tries for 3. Rose, no good. And here's Livingston. So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense, potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, guys. Kevin, what was working so well for you tonight?
I think we had a concerted effort on both ends. I thought tonight on the defensive end we really did a good job of stepping up and taking away their very good options that they have there. So they're a really well-coached team, but we had a great game plan tonight going against them on our home floor.
You really did get it done, Kevin. Thank you for your time. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long and good night, everyone.